Welcome to this way delayed Lindy episode. I would like to introduce you to my new horse. Actually, just a little pony, Lindy. In this video, I want to tell you a little bit more about her, let you meet her, but I also want to show a little bit of our process so far. So later in this video I'll do a lot of voiceovers on how I'm training her, because she does need some special training and treatments right now to help her become the happiest she can be, which is of course my goal for all the horses. Before I get into Lindy, I also want to introduce you to another new horse, which isn't mine, but so far I've always introduced new horses in the vlog, so I'll just very shortly, Jade, and that is Nala, the fjord mare, who is so sweet. She's the newest addition after Lindy. Here she is. Hey Lindy! So Lindy is a Haflinger mare. She's 16 years old. She is a mother to quite a few babies. Yeah, you are. And thank you. You got a smile. She hasn't done that before. Yeah, the first thing is the calf. I'm gonna give her some treats as well. The first thing is the calf. That is mostly stress related. Yesterday, one of the horses left the herd. So it's normal that she has some tension and some stress. Of course, it's not normal that it shows itself with the coughing, but for Lindy that is normal. Aslan also has that when he is really tense, his asthma is also worse. Yeah, Lindy. We found each other through Facebook Messenger. I've already thought about this, that when the ponyclub was gonna do well, that I would eventually, probably in 2025, try to find a second horse. Mostly also with the goal of finding a more bigger horse that is more okay with dealing with my tension while riding, so that I could eventually ride too. As you can see, Lindy is quite small. She's smaller than Aslan, and she is not to be ridden, at least not by me, because I am really too big for her. But I had that idea that eventually, when the ponyclub was gonna do well, I would need more horses to carry that load of work with Aslan, because otherwise Aslan is just gonna be the one who always has to work, even when he doesn't feel like it. So I already had that in my mind, and then I got a Facebook Messenger message from Lindy's previous owner saying, we're looking for a new home for Lindy, but we aren't really sure if we want to just put her online, because then we're not sure where she's gonna end up. And they loved Lindy very much, of course, how can you not? She's super cute. They were interested in me because of this place and because of the pony club, and they thought that Lindy would like that. So yeah, that made me curious about her. The fun thing was that while I was talking to her previous owner, and of course I don't take a decision like this lightly, so I've thought about it for quite some time. And in between that, my friend and I went to a garage sale with paintings from horses, and I just chose a Haflinger horse, or a Palomino horse. Didn't really think anything of it, and it was standing in my house for quite some time, because of course we've moved and we still don't really have a place for it. And I was texting with her previous owner one day, and at the same time looking at the painting and looking at the pictures she sent me, and suddenly I realized that Lindy is the horse on the painting. Not 100%, but it is a pretty good fit, which is very special. It was very interesting because when I bought Aslan, and you know this if you've listened to my podcasts about it, I was really looking for signs to know if he was the right decision for me. With Lindy, I was more thinking about it in a business mindset because the ponyclub isn't running that well yet. So she actually came a little bit too early. And that was one of the biggest things I had to keep in mind. Is this the right time? Can I even afford her? Because now I'm paying for her by myself, while actually the pony club should pay for her with like the lessons and the profits from that. But she was just so sweet. So I met her and she was so sweet. She does have some physical discomfort. She got trapped in a ditch and she tried to get herself out, and with that kind of hurt her hind end. And they took x-rays and echoes and they couldn't really find anything, so they just continued riding and everything like they always did. But Lindy was pretty stiff pretty often, and also when I came to look at her, she really wasn't sound. So those were some things that I had to keep in mind. Of course, I'm a little, maybe even overprotective with my horses. Like, I don't ride Aslan because he just very subtly tells me that he doesn't really like it. So I knew that if she was gonna show me that she's in pain or not physically feeling optimal and not walking sound, if she's gonna show that pretty often, then I'll probably not use her in the lessons because I'll just feel bad for her then. And that is not the goal of getting her. I got Iris with me, who is treating most of the horses in our herd, helping us a lot with physical but also mental blockages. And she came with me to see Lindy, and she said this is, because she's very experienced and very professional and all in that area, she said this is something that we can fix with treatments and training. Her doing the treatments, me doing the training. And that gave me the green light to buy her, to know that we can solve the physical discomfort and therefore maybe pain if there is any, and to just give her the life that I want to give any horse. So yeah, she's been here for 3 months now. She's doing very well, learning a lot because of the treatments and the trainings, and just with her life in this herd. Aslan is teaching her a lot as well, and she's now coming at this point where she's showing more and more of herself as well, like engaging with me just like now. And she didn't really do that in the first month, and she's also teaching the herd things now, which shows me that she's really gaining her confidence again. The move really was hard on her, so I'm now seeing Lindy as the confident mare again that she was already when I met her. Just shows you how much a move can do to horses, and also a new owner can do to horses, because of course she came here and everything was new. The herd, I was new, the whole management was new, so she's had a lot of getting used to things, and of course a lot of training. We're gonna get into that because otherwise this is gonna be a really long video. But as you know, if you have a horse or a horse that you just really care about very much, you can just talk about them forever. But I really do think this is interesting information. Also, if you maybe have a horse that is struggling with something physically or mentally, I'm very excited to show you and to take you with me on this journey with her and see if we can help her be the best version of herself. So without further ado, let's take you with me in my training sessions, and yeah, let's get to meet Lindy. So in those first weeks of getting to know each other, her getting used to this place and everything, because everything in her life changed, I just led her into the field when I was training Aslan. You can see that she decided to join sometimes, but she also decided to just graze sometimes. So you can see here she's very confused to what's going on and just cantering with Aslan, but not really sure about why and how. And this is really the start of it all. You can see a lot of tension, but you can also see that she enjoyed a nap when I was doing Aslan's hooves. So they were really getting used to this routine of me getting both of them in liberty and guiding them towards the arena and then work together. She also followed Aslan in liberty when I went to put them back or in the arena. And we also worked on her getting to know the other horses. She was living in the herd, but she was very in love with Aslan, but didn't really want to see the other horses. So this was nice to help her get to know them too. Something we struggled with is her still not feeling safe enough to really sleep. You've seen this in our previous vlog as well, where I show you how I deal with that. And this was before, this was taken a few months ago. This was the first time I saw this behavior, which really showed and still shows that she doesn't really completely feel safe here. And she just has to get to know everything better. So we just continued with the duo trainings together with Aslan, and this was my first session just with Lindy. And here I have more clips of, because this is very interesting. This is really where we started, and in the next few weeks, months, years, you'll see a lot of progress. But this is very interesting because there was a lot of tension. She was also very in heat at the moment, and the dark horse behind was her boyfriend, who she was inseparable with. So, and there was a cart with horses that she hadn't seen before yet. So there was just a lot of tension. Her being here with me for the first time, while also struggling with her hormones and with a lot of tension from outside. So what you can see, what she does is really use her neck when she doesn't know things. Like here, she just pulls her head somewhere, and she really is not in contact with me whatsoever. There's really, she accepts me, and that's basically it. I'm not of any help to her right now. She doesn't really trust me. She doesn't really know, if she can trust me, and what the benefits are to a human at this point, where Aslan already knows that if he is tensed, and I have a video coming up about that, he knows that I can help him, and he is very open to receiving help and open to whatever I try to help him deal with his tension. And Lindy really thinks she has to deal with it all by herself, so she goes into a freezing mode, and there is not really a lot that I can do or ask. So I'm trying with my body language to ask her to do her head low, and that was what happened here. Very nice, but and I intentionally placed it all in the video. You know that it took a long time before she was able to release some of that tension. Here we try to do a little lunging, and you can also see here that she doesn't really know what I want from her. There's a lot of tension because she isn't really able to do it in walk. She instantly trots, and you can also see in these clips that she doesn't really care about me. She just walks. There is no connection, no contact. And this is from a few months ago, so lots has changed. But you can still see in these clips a very good starting point for us. So there's no connection, no collaboration. She just wants to go away. She just wants to freeze up, be tensed. And that's all she knows how to at this point. It also has to do with the whole move. That was a lot on her. So I'm not saying that this is who she is and who she has been for 16 years, but this is what I was dealing with those first few weeks. Here I'm trying to ask her to relax again, giving her time, and My whole role in this is to just be safe, be predictable, be calm, and to hopefully with that help her feel calmer herself too. This was a few weeks later. Here we work in Liberty, and you can see already a big change where I can ask with my body language and use clicker training to ask her to come towards me. So we're really only in these first few weeks, months, working on building that connection and that trust, up to a point where I could just put a neck rope on her and take her with me into the arena or the round pen, and she would know that, and she would willingly come with me, because Lindy is the horse that if she doesn't want to come with me, she wouldn't. And we started to do some games and play. So here we're doing the Mikado, and she's already done some target training and clicker training, and we're really trying to just focus on that connection, because here you can see a much softer horse already. And eventually we were also able to go on our first walk together. With her not being in contact with me, I didn't really want to do that sooner, but here we went together with Presto and Aslan, and it was such a good first experience. There was barely any tension. She listened very well when I wanted to stop, when I wanted her to steer somewhere. She goes very well together with Aslan, and it was really nice that I was just able to either focus on Aslan or focus on Lindy, and that either of them could just be however they were. I could just ignore the other one without there being a problem. So all in all, I'm very happy with this happy little pony. We're still getting to know each other and learning a lot, but it's a great start. So I hope you'll enjoy this whole journey. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.